everybody, welcome to Karen's Sizzle and Spice. I'm excited about what I'm going to share with you today. We're going to make a Panzanella salad. I'll explain to you in a little bit more about what that means, but I'd like to give you another gardening tip as long as we're out here. You know, in order to keep the weeds out of the garden, there's such a simple way to do that. I've got this great tool. It's kind of like a claw, and almost every time I come outside, I just kind of move the earth around the plants. See, when I trim the plants, I kind of just leave it in the dirt because it's actually food for the ground. It just makes it even richer. So I just cultivate the ground. I think I just did it yesterday, so you won't see many weeds out here, but I don't let the weeds grow much at all because all you have to do is just cultivate the ground and it'll rip out any weeds and it'll keep your vegetables growing even nicer. So today for the Panzanella salad, I'm going to need a bunch of basil. So there we go. I'm going to just start picking a bunch of basil to take inside to wash for the salad. And I'll be showing you how to chiffonade the basil because it's a beautiful way to cut the basil for a Panzanella salad. Now, I had taken my tomatoes in earlier, but look, I just realized there are some more over here. The more tomatoes I have in the salad, the better. See, sometimes you have to dig through the plant a little bit to see what needs to be picked. My grandkids love helping me with this too. Every time there's red tomatoes, they're, Grandma, let me get some of the tomatoes for you. Okay, let me put these in the bowl. I think I got the rest. I've got my basil. And I'm gonna come over here and pull some chives. Chives I love in my salad, especially in a Panzanella salad. It's a nice, mild flavor, not too strong. And Eddie doesn't like too strong an onion either, so I like to use the chives for him as well. So you see when I chop off some of the chives from here, it just helps the plant to grow back. I pick chives from here almost every single day. Oh, look, Eddie, I've got more tomatoes here that are almost ready to pick. Can't wait. Okay, let me get inside with these vegetables. I'm going to get them washed and drained, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to start my barbecue grill. Once I brought these tomatoes in from the garden, all I did was rinse them really good in water and I let them drain for a while. And now I'm going to just cut the tomatoes in half and I'm throwing them into a strainer over a bowl. Do you love this bowl? It matches my kitchen. I found these at a specialty shop called Home Goods. It's one of those stores where you never know what you're gonna find there, and I was really happy to find some new mixing bowls. I love the handle on here and the spout. They're gonna come in really handy. So I'm gonna continue to cut these tomatoes in half and I'm throwing them into the strainer over the bowl. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to salt them well. And what's gonna happen is as they sit here, they're gonna drip their natural juices because we're gonna use some of that juice to create an incredible vinaigrette for this Panzanella salad.
Hey Karen, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna show them how to start a Weber grill. Come on in and I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
Now you'll see this Weber grill is well used. You know, there's been lots of good food in this grill. I love a Weber grill. Some people prefer gas. I've never used one myself, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips about how to start a Weber grill. Now you have to make sure that the vents are open on the cover and the vents are open on the bottom so that as much air can flow through here as possible to get yourself a really good hot grill started. And the amount of charcoal that I use is determined by how much food I'm going to cook. Now today, because I'm cooking on video, I want it to last for a long time. So I had some old charcoal in here that I can use again, and I put in some fresh. I'm going to be making the Texas toast on here, and I'm going to be making those fabulous filet mignons on here. So I want to make sure this is good and hot. Now, you know, when you close your grill after using it, you have to make sure you close all the vents because then you can save that charcoal. If you leave the vents open, it'll go to soot. So I'm going to put lots of fluid on here, and then I'm going to show you something else too. Of course, the the baking grill itself gets pretty dirty. You can see from this how dirty it is. But what I do is I put it right on top, and then I'm going to start the grill. Be careful that in case it pops up big flame. And I'm going to start the grill this way, and I'm going to leave it sit here for probably a good 10-15 minutes. It's going to burn off all that food here, and I'm going to have a nice clean grill to get this recipe going today for the panzanella salad. Okay, I'm going to go inside and get a few more ingredients ready. So the definition of a panzanella salad is cubes, crunchy cubes of bread, whatever kind you like, tomatoes, onion, and basil. And what you do after that is up to you. So by my putting that steak in today, it's gonna make it incredible. So while I wait for that grill to be good and hot and clean, I'm going to chiffonade some basil for you. So I'm gonna take about, maybe 10 leaves of basil. And this is such a beautiful salad to put a chiffonade of basil in because it's gonna look gorgeous. What you do then is you just put it on your cutting board, hold it down, and roll it up as tight as you can. And then you just slice right across the basil. And what it gives you is these beautiful ribbons of basil that again will taste and look fabulous in this salad. Now you can put red onion in this salad if you like, but again, most often I like the milder onion. So I'm gonna use the chives from my garden, and I'm gonna get these all ready to go for the salad. And all I'm gonna do is just chop these up real finely. You could just imagine once that Texas toast is cooked, it's going to absorb so much of the flavor, including the juice from those incredible tomatoes. What I want to show you next is, remember I left the tomatoes draining in a bowl, in a strainer. You see there's just a little bit of juice in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage that a little bit. I'm just going to smash these tomatoes just a little bit so that I'll get more of that natural juice out of them to create this fabulous vinaigrette for this panzanella salad. We'll be right back. The steak that I've chosen to use for this panzanella salad is pretty deluxe. You can use any kind of steak that you like, but I thought I would really treat Eddie and myself, and I picked out a couple of beautiful filet mignons. So what I'm gonna do to prepare them for the barbecue grill is I just like to use Montreal steak seasoning. It's got great herbs in here, salt, pepper, garlic, and more. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it pretty heavy on one side. And I'm gonna just press it into the meat a little bit. And then I like to bring the steaks to room temperature before I put them on the grill. So I'm just gonna set them aside for a little while we get the rest of the ingredients ready. For this panzanella salad today, I thought it would be fun to do something different with the bread. You can use your favorite bread toasted. You can use garlic bread that you broil in your oven, cut it in cubes. What you want is crispy cubes of bread. I thought it would be fun today to use some Texas toast out of the freezer. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually cook it on the grill. It's gonna have some nice grill marks on it. Oops. And it's gonna make the salad even more special. I'll get that one in a minute. They usually don't stick together like this on me. Here we go. I'm gonna use 6 pieces of the Texas toast today. I'll tell you, I'm laughing to my husband because every time I make a video, something ends up on the floor or not working out the way that it normally does, but only in the video. It's fun. So I've had the grill burning here for a good 10-15 minutes. Come in a little closer, Ed. You can see how red hot it is in the center. That's how you know it's ready to start cooking. Now, I like to leave my charcoal in a pile like this, and if I don't want direct heat on my food, I'll line the food up in a circle around that. But if you are making a larger item, maybe a roast, you might want to put those charcoals now in a circle, and then you can put your beef roast in the middle. It just takes a little practice to figure out how best to use the Weber grill. I'm going to use my tool now, and now that the fire's been on, it's really burnt off almost all the food. And I just take my brush here. I love the flavor that a Weber grill gives to food. There's nothing like it. It reminds me of childhood. My father was famous for making barbecue chicken every Sunday. And I come from a family of 8. I have 5 siblings, mom and dad, and he would make so much chicken, it would be overflowing. It's a great memory for myself and my siblings. So now that I have it good and clean, we're going to put the Texas toast on. And I would really ideally like to have the Texas toast have nice black marks on it. And I'd like to, so I'm going to start it out. You see how the lines are going across this way? I'm going to put every piece on here with the lines going across. And then after just a moment or two, I'm not quite sure how long because this is good and hot, we're going to turn the bread so that hopefully we will have beautiful checkered kind of black marks on the grill. So if you back up just a little bit, Ed, I'm just going to get the cover on. And remember, all the vents are wide open. When you're cooking with the Weber grill, if you find that it seems too hot, you can close the vents halfway and it will tone down the temperature. If your grill is not hot enough, keep the cover off for a while, because the more air that gets to it, the more strong that fire is going to become. So I need to get back inside and check on a couple other things. So after I took the Texas toast inside, I realized the grill was a little too hot. So I closed the vents on the bottom halfway, and I put the cover on, and I closed the vents on the bottom to control the temperature. I'm going to show you how hot it is, and these steaks are ready to go on here, but I need to be very careful. I mean, these are beautiful prime filet mignons, and I do not want to burn them. So I'm going to put them seasoning side down, and I'm going to put them off to the side just a little bit, not right in the middle of the grill where the grill is the hottest. So I'm going to cover it right away. Remember, with the filet mignon, it's so thick that I want to sear every part of that filet. So I'm only going to let this steak sit in there for a couple minutes at a time, and I'm going to keep turning it so all the sides and the top and bottom are good and seared. So I've turned these steaks several times. They've been on about 10 minutes so far. You know, it's funny, the other day I used my thermometer to check. I can't remember what other food I made on the grill, but I put the thermometer in the meat and I put the cover on, and guess what? The thermometer was garbage. So I just bought this brand new one, and I'm not sure if it's going to work right, but let me see where we're at here with this steak. A steak should be about 130 degrees for rare. So if you like it medium or a little bit more well done, ooh, that's hot. You'll want to keep it in a little longer. It looks like we're only at about 120 degrees so far. So I'm going to leave it on a little bit longer, and we'll be right back. So I left them on just a couple more minutes. These steaks are good to go now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a platter, and I'm going to let these rest. I'm going to cover them with aluminum foil, and I'll take them in the house. This way, when you let them rest, the juices will disperse. It will continue to cook for a couple more minutes, and then it'll be ready to cut up for this fabulous panzanella. I've been thinking about this salad ever since I thought about making it a couple weeks ago. My mouth is watering for it. Let's go inside and put it together. I am very excited now to be putting this panzanella salad together. So I'm just cutting up all this Texas toast that I grilled, and I'm going to set it aside because this is the last item that will go in this salad, because when you have a touch of crunch to the bread part of your panzanella salad, it just adds to the terrific textures of this meal. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get these crumbs out of the way, And I think Ed and I decided we're only gonna mix up half the salad, and I think we're gonna save half for later. So we'll cut up one steak. I let this steak rest for about 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna cut it into fabulous cubes here for this salad. Oh my gosh, we love it rare. This looks perfect. So I'm just gonna cut it into cubes, and I'm gonna add it to a beautiful mixing bowl here for our salad, because you know what? You eat with your eyes first, so you may as well make it beautiful. I have so much fun going to the stores and choosing more and more and more serving platters and bowls for food, because it really does make everything taste even better. So we've got the one steak cut up. So I've thrown some of the tomatoes into the steak. I am gonna save some of these for the other half of our salad later. So that should do for now. I'm gonna set these tomatoes aside in a bowl, and I'm gonna start the vinaigrette. You see the juice from the tomatoes? It's beautiful. What I'm gonna add to it now is I'm gonna start with a teaspoon of Dijon, and I'm going to add, I think just a few shakes of red wine vinegar. This vinaigrette is gonna be very much tasting to tweak. I'm gonna put some salt and some pepper in here. And I'm gonna start to whisk this up. And as I do that, I'm gonna start to stream in olive oil. I don't know, I might be using about 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna taste it. Just gonna taste it with the back of the spoon here. See how it tastes. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I think all it needs is a little more salt. And let's see, I'm gonna mix it up one more time. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside for a moment. I'm gonna throw in that beautiful chiffonata basil, save a little bit for later. I'll put in half the chives, save the other half for later. And now we're gonna put in half of this Texas toast. There we go. And I'm gonna pour the vinaigrette right over this incredible goodness. Love this new bowl, love the handle. Just gonna pour it right over this. And I'm gonna mix it up, and you know, I know somebody who lives with me who cannot wait to try this salad. The smells from this Panzanella salad are just overwhelming. I cannot wait to taste this. Oh, Ed, come on in. I was looking for you. Look at this Panzanella salad.
Wow, that looks great.
The steak is done just the way you like it. Let me put some on a dish for you. We gotta taste this. The steak came out perfect. Oh, God. Make sure you have a couple of good bites of steak here. A couple tomatoes. There you go, honey. Try that. This is a deluxe lunch with a filet mignon Panzanella salad. I can't wait to taste it. Let me see. Oh. Gotta get a piece of that garlic bread with it. You know, I've been talking about this for 2 weeks. What do you think?
It's excellent.
And the filet mignon is so tender. It's so easy to chew. It's a beautiful salad. I hope you guys try this one. It's delicious. You're gonna love it. So if you like what you've seen today, please make sure to visit my channel regularly, Karen Sizzle and Spice, and don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.